Go to party chats. Oh. Here, should I start up a rank? Matchmake? Yeah. Are you good enough to play rank right now? Yeah. Okay. What do you stream on? YouTube.
Okay. Here's a big shot to the face.
Go to party chats. Oh. Go to party chats. Go to party chats. Oh.
I just don't get people who like working out. Come on, man. You just gotta see the lighter side of this. Y'all ready for this? Snail, jellyfish.
You guys want to switch sides now?
We're good. Robots? I feel great. Oh, sorry. Are you excited about the new LEGO Star Wars? I think the reason this is so exciting is because if you've ever played a LEGO game, then it was probably a LEGO Star Wars game, and it was probably in some part of your childhood, unless you're really old, which I feel is what this game is going to be about in some ways, reliving a part of your childhood. Except it's a whole new game and will have content from the new movies. I did a little bit of research, well, quite a lot of research, and scoured the internet for every little bit of information I could find about the new LEGO Star Wars. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Here's absolutely everything I could find about LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The game is a third-person action-adventure game. Heads up, some of these might be a little obvious. Like I said, this is absolutely everything I could find about this game, and I mean everything. The game is open world. Unlike previous LEGO titles, there'll no longer be a small hub world like the Cantina from LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Instead, the galaxy itself will serve as a hub, and players will be able to fly around from planet to planet. The game includes episodes 1 to 9 of the Star Wars films. This doesn't include Rogue One or Solo, a Star Wars Solo, but will include, alright, let's list them: The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Pope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. I did. You can play the game in any order you like, and choose from any of the episodes from an episode select screen at the start of the game. Groundbreaking stuff. The open world you play in changes based on which episode you select, and which time and era you are playing in. For example, if you go to Tatooine before A New Hope, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru will be there, maybe doing some moisture farming. But if you visit the same location after A New Hope, the moisture farm might be burned down or abandoned. Something along the lines of that. No skeletons confirmed just yet, but I'm pretty hopeful they'll throw in a couple of LEGO skeletons somewhere in the Tatooine desert. Each episode in the game will have a total of 5 story missions, bringing the grand total of main story missions to 45. There are going to be about 20 fully explorable planets in the game, meaning you should be able to go anywhere on the planet once you fly down to it. Not sure how big these planets will be. I can't imagine they'll be to scale, because that'd be a heck of a lot of land to design and explore. Pretty sure they'll be little LEGO planets. And I'm curious if they'll have curved bricks, because I'm pretty sure also, for a while, there were no curved spherical bricks, only blocks, meaning it was impossible to create a sphere without it just being a big cube. On these planets will be various points of interest the game will draw you towards. Also on these planets will be lots of different characters you can talk to, some of whom will give you side quests to complete, meaning there'll be side missions and lots of things you can do on the side apart from the main story. Although the game is open world, the story missions themselves will be more linear and follow a path similar to other LEGO games. Did I mention this is a completely new game, designed with new technology, completely rebuilt from the ground up. What this means is that the game will include a new combo system for attacks. For example, a lightsaber-wielding character will have light attacks, heavy attacks, combo moves, etc. And there will also be new force powers, which can be used during combat. Here's something incredible that makes me excited. The game will feature random encounters in the open world. What this means is that if you're peacefully flying through space, maybe flying towards a planet or just exploring, there is a possibility that an Imperial Star Destroyer will suddenly jump out of hyperspace in front of you, then send a fleet of TIE fighters in your direction. You can then either decide to make a run for it and get the heck out of there, or you can stay and fight. And even take down the capital ship, which is supposed to play out a little bit like the old Battlefront 2 space battles, where you attack and destroy different parts of the ship until it's fully obliterated. Here's something I think both myself and many others are even more excited about. Yes, even more than the fact that the game's open world. The new LEGO Star Wars will definitely have a fully voiced cast and characters. However, there may be an option to turn off voices and return the series to its roots of coughs, grunts, and slapstick humor. Lots of you probably know that in the original LEGO Star Wars games, none of the characters actually talked. In fact, if you watch my previous LEGO Star Wars videos, you'd know this. It wasn't until LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes in 2012 that LEGO characters began talking and the humor in LEGO games changed forever.
Sorry to rain on your parade, my dear.
But but not forever. Since then, every LEGO game released, including LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, featured a fully voiced script and characters.
I heard that. The other red one. I'm waiting.
Sir. Part of the magic of the original LEGO Star Wars games was the fact that the humor was simple, childish, but very visual and inventive, with the limitation of having no voiced characters. Many fans, myself included, believe this is where LEGO humor is at, and that recent LEGO games have lost touch with this. But honestly, I think the reason TT Games have suggested there may be an option to switch between voices and grunts is to see if there's any interest for old school LEGO humor in the new game and to hear the fans' feedback. And if they've been listening, I'm sure they've heard this is exactly what we want. So something else that sounds pretty spectacular, there is supposed to be over 200 playable characters in the game. TT Games said this number is going to change, but that's more characters than any LEGO game has ever had. And you'll be able to switch between and play as all of them. Like the other LEGO Star Wars games, the Skywalker Saga will have single-player couch co-op, so you can plug in another controller and plug in a friend. There's no mention yet whether we'll be able to play online co-op, but I'm pretty sure lots of players will be keen on this, so I wouldn't rule it out. No other LEGO games that I know of have online co-op, let me know if I'm wrong about this, but for a game being released in this day and age, you'd imagine they'd be considering it, especially for such a big title as Star Wars. If not, I guess my friends will just have to come over like the old days, sit cramped on a couch together. Why would anyone want to do that? I actually love couch co-op. You sit on a couch, you got the friend on the couch, you play couch co-op. Riddles and puzzles are back in the game like they were in the old. When you complete puzzles in the game, you collect Kyber bricks, which can be used to unlock ship upgrades to improve your abilities in space battles, which therefore obviously means there'll be some form of ship customization when you're exploring the galaxy. Everyone loves decking out their ships. You got the yellow ships, you got the red ships, you got the blue ships, you got the ships with the wings, you got the ships with no wings, the booster engines. Here's something a little random. C-3PO can break up and divide into multiple pieces. You know that one time in the films where he gets shot to pieces? Well, apparently that'll be one of his abilities. He can also talk to droids that beep that you won't be able to understand, and he'll be able to translate what they're saying for you. Pretty sure this just means they'll say really mundane droid things, you know, like they need more oil and they've run out of gonk, stuff like that, and he'll be able to tell you what they're saying. The fixed camera in old LEGO games, where your view is locked to one side of the screen, is no longer a thing in the new LEGO Star Wars. Instead, you'll be able to the third-person over-the-shoulder view, similar to lots of popular action-adventure games. Those are potentially like LEGO City Uncovered and LEGO Marvel Superheroes. This new over-the-shoulder camera will also allow for a more developed aiming and shooting system for blaster-wielding characters. Unlike previous LEGO games, headshots will do more damage than regular body shots. Finally, catching up with the rest of the world. Get shot in the head, you die. The new game will also have much better graphics than older LEGO games, with people who played the game for 3 saying there are more details in the textures, the game looks grittier, there's visible weathering on ships like the Millennium Falcon, stuff like that. Force-sensitive characters can use the Force to pick up and move parts of the environment, which also ties into the puzzle-solving elements of the game. This won't be as simple as holding down a single button and moving into place like they did in the old LEGO games. You'll actually have to think about the puzzle and solve it. The game will almost definitely also feature character customization. This is an important feature in lots of LEGO games, the whole idea of LEGO being about building and customizing things. So based on the history of LEGO games and LEGO itself, we'll be able to swap hats, limbs, hair, and other features of characters in the new LEGO Star Wars. The game is set to release in 2020, following the release of The Rise of Skywalker at the end of this year. Apparently Lucasfilm haven't actually shared any story or plot details with TT Games about The Rise of Skywalker to avoid potential leaks of spoilers. This means that TT Games will likely be designing the entire Rise of Skywalker episode following the release of the film. No sneaky spoilers getting out before that. The Skywalker Saga will be available to play on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So what are you most excited for in the new LEGO Star Wars? Did I miss anything? Do you know something? I don't. Let me know in the comments, and stick around for more on LEGO Star Wars, Fallen Order, and generally Star Wars related videos. You can catch up on some of them here. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord for updates and even more Star Wars content. You need more of that in your life. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew, and if I was a game dev, I'd totally put all the skeletons on Tatooine. The skeletons would be silver.
Stay well-dust.
What happens here is a symphony written for the bold and the daredevils.
It has a melody only the fearless can hear.
So, let's play it by ear.
Upbeat, offbeat, to your own rhythm. To live the massive sameness and find the music. To live life in a different key.
Here, you don't need permission from anyone except yourself.
What happens here?
LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is a revered video game held deeply in the hearts of many. There are all kinds of factors that make this game great, but one of the best and most memorable, in my opinion, is the sound design. Whether it be the classic Star Wars music, the weapon sound effects, the cutscene voices. Now, all of these are great, but the real cherry on top is the death sounds. With loads of characters in this game and varying death sounds, it's almost impossible to decide which one is the best, the top of the top. But I'm taking this task today to figure out what I believe are the top 10 LEGO Star Wars death sounds. Now, before we begin, I'm sure that you will like and subscribe to me. Shut the fuck up! LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga is a revered video game held deeply in the hearts of many. There are all kinds of factors that make this game great, but one of the best and most memorable, in my opinion, is the sound design. Whether it be the classic number 10 spot. Now, this one was difficult, believe me, because this is where you're cutting things off, making things into honorable mentions, and just not adding things at all. But the number 10 spot that I chose was C-3PO and DC-14, who share two death sounds, actually. They alternate between the two death sounds. And here they are. I've always enjoyed listening to these ones, specifically the... You know when you're tearing up C-3PO and you're cutting his limbs off, and then finally you deliver that finishing blow and you hear the lovely... What a sound. Number 9. Number 9, I went a little different route. You see, this death sound is more simple, however, effective. And that is Princess Leia's death sound, or otherwise the default female death sound. This one has always stood out to me as a little more one of the iconic ones, and I really felt that it deserved this spot on the list. With that said, moving on.
Number 8.
Now, number 8 is one that I think most of you will recognize. It is the Rebel death sound. Episode 4, Chapter 1. You hear this constantly. And let me tell you, it doesn't get old. Now, this death sound is shared between 5 different types of rebels. There's Rebel Trooper Hawk, Rebel Friend, Rebel Pilot, and Captain Antilles. I am sure they are proud to share this one.
Number 7.
At number 7, we have Anakin. Now, this is a death sound that I feel very nostalgic for. This one's always one of the first to come to mind whenever I think of LEGO Star Wars death sounds. Another thing that really elevates it on this list is that it actually sounds like Hayden Christensen. Wait a minute, play back the entire thing.
Number 6.
So at number 6, we got Greedo. To me, this one is very complex. You know, most of the death sounds are usually just them shouting. But in Greedo's case, I would say it's more of an intimate connection with the player. If one of us, me or you, were to be shot by a blaster in real life, I think that we would make a sound similar to this. And because of that, I feel that there's a strong connection and a sense of relatability to Greedo's death sound. And that is why it ranks so high on this list. We are halfway through the list, and at this point you're probably wondering, where is the default male death sound? Well, luckily for you, number 5 is the default male death sound. Talk about a classic. The default male death sound, otherwise known as Luke Skywalker's death sound, or even Han Solo's death sound, it's really used among many different characters, and I would say this is one of the more iconic death sounds. Most people recognize it. It's one of the sounds you're used to hearing. Something I find interesting is that Darth Vader has this death sound, which I don't find fitting at all, and I think he should have his own unique death sound. And another character that has this death sound is Tan Wee. Tan Wee does not sound like this.
Number 4.
At number 4, we have the Emperor. I really like this one, and not just because it's such a memorable death sound, but also because it really reminds me just who the Emperor is. The sound itself sounds like a cry, but yet at the same time, it resembles a sadistic, evil laugh. And if you ask me, that reflects who the Emperor is as a character.
Number 3.
At number 3, we have everybody's favorite comic relief, Jar Jar Binks. I love these sounds. They sound so good. Let's listen to them again. Now here we have another double, like C-3PO and TC-14 had. Jar Jar, I guess, was just so important that they had to give him 2 death sounds, and they just couldn't settle for only 1. Meanwhile, Luke Skywalker has to share a death sound with like 40 other characters. You know what, though? I'm not upset. I love these. That's why I rank them at number 3. Let's listen to them again. Imagine a robot breaking into different pieces. Your reaction is...
Number 2.
Alright, we're at number 2 now. And at this point, we're getting into the real meat. With only 2 spots left on the list, I had to think hard. But at the same time, I didn't have to think hard. I had to think soft, because I thought that this was a pretty clear choice. Number 2 is Jango Fett with his lovely... I actually cannot get enough of that. I freaking love it. Jango Fett's voice in this game is great. I love his death sound. When I die in real life, I want my head to be chopped off, and I want to yell that as it happens. I want my head to yell that as it flies off of my body. Number 1. Here we are, folks. Number 1. We made it. We're here. I feel like for a lot of you, number 1 is going to be obvious. I think most of you already know what number 1 is. I think most of you already knew what number 1 was before you even clicked on the video. Number 1 is Jedi Master Yoda.
Yoda.
Seriously, how do you create a sound this good? I did not think that audio was capable of retaining such a beautiful melody. Yoda's death sound inspires me. Imagine dying and learning out this sound. Now I know I said that when I die, I want to have the Jango Fett death sound, but that's only because I don't feel I am worthy of having the Yoda death sound. Yoda's death sound is easily the most iconic and most recognizable LEGO Star Wars death sound. In fact, you don't even have to have played LEGO Star Wars to know where this death sound comes from. In fact, you don't even have to have seen Star Wars. You don't even have to know what a movie is or a video game. Anybody who hears this sound knows it's from LEGO Star Wars and knows it is Yoda's death sound. Well, that's it. That's the video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you'll leave a comment and subscribe. Leave a like and all that. You'll watch some of my other videos as well. I think you might enjoy some of them if you enjoyed this one. Here, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite LEGO Star Wars? I'll be giving nothing to the best comments. Be sure to grammatically correct. Anyway, I'll now be making my departure.
Joshua! 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 Lady, we don't have time. We got to work out something out of baby. At 2 o'clock, we start watching the horse court. 2:30, we got to get Macy. Then we come back and eat. Just that day.
Grandma,
What?
I'm hungry.
Me sprays through his head, him. Do, do, do.
I remember loving football from day one. I wrote this a long time ago. I don't know how old I was. I hope some...
Supposed to be like a mystical creature sort of thing.
I really don't know.
What was that?
Ooh, I know what it is. I know the characters in it. I don't know the name of it.
Recently, Disney has released a few trailers for many of their highly anticipated upcoming movies.
Oh, yeah.
And with Disney's recent acquisition of 20th Century Fox, many films that were not originally made by Disney will now release under the company's umbrella.
Oh, really? That's kind of interesting.
They're taking over everything. Disney and Amazon will one day just rule the world. Yes, I think they already are.
Well, today, we're going to see if you can guess some of their biggest upcoming movies that release trailers this year in just 1 second.
What? Okay.
1 second of the trailer.
Oh.
I feel like I'm pretty up on trailers. Like I do tend to watch them when they come up.
So here are the rules. We are going to show you 1 second of the highly anticipated 2018 Disney trailer. If you buzz in and guess in 1 second, you'll get 5 points.
Damn.
If you need to see 2 seconds, you'll get 4 points, and so on and so on.
For sure.
All the way up to 5 seconds.
For sure. Are you a big...
I'm a huge Disney fan, but I haven't like watched TV or seen trailers.
Dude, I haven't even seen the Mulan trailer yet.
I haven't seen it either.
I feel like I have confidence, but it might be bad. We got that. I know. We have Star Wars and you have Marvel. We're good to go. We got Disney covered.
Alright, first movie.
Okay, so there's a horse. That's definitely not the Lion King.
Okay.
I thought it...
Can I just throw something out? Is it Mulan?
Correct.
Oh, I didn't see the trailer. I literally just
I
said
didn't
that.
see the trailer either.
That's correct.
Hey! I honestly had no idea.
I saw Chelsea.
No! That's Mulan. I knew that one. Ooh, I knew this one. I'm really excited for this one. This is Mulan.
That
I
is
haven't
correct.
seen that trailer yet.
That's the trailer that I watched right away because Mulan is probably my favorite Disney animated movie.
Alright, so let's take a look at the trailer.
Here. Here's just some peanut butter
so pretty.
toast. You got something to drink?
I didn't mean to cry. Excellent. This is so beautiful already.
Matchmakers found you an auspicious match.
Sick. This is badass. See, I'm excited for the martial arts in this, because the combat scenes are going to be dope.
It's gonna be gorgeous. I don't care what people say. This is gonna be amazing.
Dude. I don't know why. I have a little bit of swelling here.
Let's take a look at the next trailer. 1 second.
Cinderella.
Incorrect.
Sleeping Beauty. I don't know what the movie was
It
called.
looks like it's some sort of like
I agree.
princess film. Is this the second Frozen?
Incorrect.
I'm gonna say Maleficent? 2.
Shut the f up.
Correct.
I think I know this one. Is Maleficent 2?
That is correct.
Hell yeah!
There.
No!
It's Maleficent 2.
That is correct.
I knew it. It was like a princess thing. Are you kidding? You're fast.
Here's 2 seconds.
Huh?
Same.
Maleficent 2.
That is correct. Oh, okay. Here's the trailer for Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
5 years ago, I thought I lost you forever. There is no curse that could ever tear me away from you. Will you marry me?
Yes. Asked me to marry him.
It's cute too because Maleficent is showing Sleeping Beauty and Maleficent as friends and like mentors. I think it's cute.
One can never be too careful.
That looks pretty good.
I really like the first one. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that this one's very good too.
Wow.
Oh,
I love it.
As much as I fear Disney because of all their money, I also still just love them for all of the stuff that they make.
All right, here's 1 second of your third movie.
Oh.
What was that?
I know what it is. I know the characters in it. I don't know the name of it.
Oh, shoot. I saw the trailer for this. I can't remember what it's called.
I know I haven't seen the trailer for this.
This is Shrek.
No. Not, and I don't know the name of it, but I saw this trailer like literally yesterday.
What is it? It's Disney's Onward.
That is correct.
I thought it was Trolls.
Oh, God.
Trolls is, DreamWorks? Yeah.
Get out of here.
God, it's like, it's supposed to be like a mystical creature sort of thing.
I really don't know. This hurts me so bad because I've seen the trailer and I just don't know the name. It has to do with like magic creatures. I know that's like somewhere like it has to do with the name premise. Someone said Fairyland? I don't know.
Incorrect.
I feel, is this like underground something? Flushed away. 2?
No. Incorrect.
Onward?
That is correct.
Whoa, yeah!
If you don't think you know the title, let's just skip the 5 seconds.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm really trying to pull it from my brain, and it is nowhere to be found.
I couldn't if I tried. I know what happens next in the trailer. His brother picks him up and then they go somewhere and I just don't know what it's called.
So this is the trailer for the new Disney Pixar movie, Onward. Damn it.
Okay, but never. They should have figured it was a one-word title, though.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
What?
There's like a ton of fairy tale characters.
They're just so
This looks actually really good. It looks interesting for sure.
It's not Tom Holland, right? Oh, it is Tom Holland. Okay.
Yeah, see, he's making it to like this huge thing. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool. And he's like, we're just going to the place.
Here's your next one.
Oh, God. What is this?
Builds a car, huh? Fast and Furious. Who else is building cars these days? Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, I know that voice though.
I have an idea, but it's like so fast, I need 2 seconds.
Build the car complete good. Build
I'm trying to think. He said build a car to beat, and then it sounded like he was going to finish off saying Ferrari. I know the company that kind of started the development to do that, but I don't know what the movie's called.
Is this Fast and Furious? That's what I was thinking, but that's Universal. Is it? Yeah. Oh my god. I can tell you I've seen this trailer, but I cannot tell you the name of it right now.
build the car complete Ferrari.
Do we want?
Incorrect.
Okay, because I know that like that was like the race that set them up to like beat Ferrari. That whole race, they were like, I remember Ferrari would have to beat. Oh, was it about Ford? Oh my gosh, Ford versus Ferrari. Oh my god, I set myself up. Don't think a car beat Ferrari, so it's a racing movie. Bingo. Don't know any racing movies.
This is not Cars animated movies. Obviously. We're not making another Transformers, are we? That's Paramount.
That's car related.
I hate car movies.
I like cars.
I need more time.
Yeah. Build the car complete.
Oh, okay, I recognize it. That's
With a what? With a what?
With a what? I don't know.
I wish I knew.
A Ford. Is it Ford? Just like the story about the guy who made Ford. I know there's a movie coming out about it. I can't say the name.
Is the name of the movie a name of a car?
That's a good guess. Ford.
Grand Prix.
Incorrect.
Oh man. I have no clue. I've never seen this in my life before.
Just tell me. That was the trailer for Ford versus Ferrari, which was made by 20th Century Fox and therefore is now also a Disney movie.
Wow. Okay. Wow,
They
so
literally
basic.
said that in the title.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. I don't think I've actually seen the. Maybe I have seen the trailer, but that really stressed me out.
Let's look at the trailer.
All right.
Suppose Henry Ford II wanted to build the greatest race car the world's ever seen to win the 24-hour.
John Bernthal, the Punisher.
Well, it takes something money can't
Oh,
buy.
we got a nice cast in here. Okay.
Handsome man.
I can already tell you I'm not gonna see this movie.
You're not?
Ferrari.
It's not my cup of tea.
Damn, looks tight. It's a beautiful 5-liter. I think it's a V8.
It looks like a good movie. Can be wrong. Good cast.
Ford versus Ferrari. Damn, that's like iconic. Yeah.
That's great.
I don't go to the movies often, but like this one's gonna get me there. I gotta agree with that one.
Last movie in 1 second. Let's see if you guys get it.
Oh.
Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars.
That is correct.
Star Wars.
Oh, I know we're going to this it wrong.
Star Wars is 9.
That is correct.
Oh no way! Star Wars 9.
That is correct.
The music is throwing me way off here. Oh, I know. The newest one that's gonna come out is. Oh, I forgot the name. 9.
That is correct.
I knew it.
Let's take a look at the trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
This is gonna be great.
Oh, it's so good.
See, I can't let myself get hyped because of how upset I was about Last Jedi.
Chewbacca. Oh.
Always be with you.
Emperor Palpatine. Bish.
I cannot wait to see it. I love Star Wars.
The lab, my brain just like theory. December, get here fast.
So the final score of 10-5, Tori, you are the winner.
Heyo.
Tom, you are our winner.
Woo.
Turkey.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I don't even know what to say.
I have lost this battle, but I have lost with honor.
Yes, you got this.
Thanks for watching Guess That Movie Trailer in 1 second on the React channel.
If you thought this video was magical,
Then hit that like button.
If you want to see more Guess That, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Peace out.
May the force be with you.
Hey everybody, Ethan here from FBE. If you want to watch more videos across all generations, click the link in the description below. Bye-bye.
Hey, Mama, what's up? Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep. T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G. Well, Mr. Know-it-all, let's see if you right about that. Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working. It works at the pie shop. T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys. It works in the park. Oh, okay. Mama? It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. Talking to my baby. You're driving me crazy. I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you. I love you, too. Yes, Mama. It works in the kitchen. Mama? 5G, it works in the cloud.
Yeah.
You know, ever since I started doing these videos about Disney Channel movies, I've been getting a lot of requests, even from members of the cast, to do a video about the movie Zombies. Now, in doing all these teen drama rom-com videos or whatever, I've seen girls fall in love with just about every kind of guy you could imagine. Vampires, werewolves, Swedish guys who like musicals, that British dude who read a book once. But I gotta say, a girl falling for a singing, dancing zombie is a first for me. But anyway, so I thought it was about time to check out the Disney Channel original movie, Zombies.
Welcome to Seabrook. We're a perfectly planned community. We all have perfect homes, perfect clothes.
Well, hey, between you and me, that sounds like a great way to keep your movie under budget, you know what I mean? Anyway, so the story goes that everyone had this perfect Stepford Wives, Andy Griffith dystopian lifestyle going on, but one day, everything changed.
Who would have thought that an accident involving lime soda would set off the apocalypse?
And when the contaminated green haze blew west,
It turned them into zombies.
Now, all this stuff happened like 50 years ago, and today, the zombie problem is more or less under control. You see, every zombie is given this wristband thing that helps keep them all, super chill, dude. And a barrier was put up to split everyone into Seabrook and Zombie Town, so they can keep the bad kids out and the good kids in, and wait a second. Isn't this just Descendants? But the zombies instead of kids who only wear leather pants for some reason. Anyway, so after all this exposition, we finally get to meet our main characters.
I'm Zed, and yeah, I'm a zombie. So things are changing. Today's the first day we can attend human high school, and I get to try out for the football team. Go Seabrook! Oh yeah!
But yeah, so this is Zed the Zombie, who, in case you hadn't noticed, is just a little too enthusiastic about everything, so strap yourselves in, everybody. But anyway, so after this, we flash over to Seabrook and meet Addison, just your average relatable teenage girl with apparently no sense of stranger danger.
oh, hi, I'm Addison.
Oh, hello. But of course, being the main character of a teen rom-com, she also has a dark secret that she can never tell anyone.
I'm a totally normal teen. Well, except for this. Born with it.
That's right, everybody. Addison's big secret is that she's got 3 different hair colors going on at the same time. I can already tell this movie's going to be quite the emotional roller coaster. But yeah, so Addison over here wants nothing more than to be a cheerleader, while Zed really wants to be a football player. So, golly gee, I wonder if they're going to cross paths at some point. So then all the kids in town sing a song about being excited for the new school year, and Zed happens to catch a glimpse of Addison, and he's like... And then finally, the first day of school starts, but turns out things aren't quite what Zed was expecting.
I'm Principal Lee. We are thrilled to be forced to have you here. Do not leave the basement. Okay. Have a great year.
Now, as we learned earlier in the movie, the only thing Zed really cares about is sports. So he sneaks his way out of the basement to find the football team. But wouldn't you know, someone sees him in the hallway and freaks out because, he's one of them zombones, and pulls the zombie alarm, which puts the whole school on lockdown. Now, with no other choice, Zed escapes into a zombie safe room, and by pure happenstance, guess who also gets locked in the same room at the same time?
Hello?
What's that?
Reese's Take 5 bar. Chocolate, peanuts, caramel, peanut butter, pretzels.
Never heard of it.
Where have you been? Under a rock?
Why, hello. This just isn't how I was expecting my first day at a new school to go.
You weren't expecting to be trapped in a zombie safe room?
Oh, no, that I expected. That happens to me all the time. It's sort of a thing.
So as you've probably already figured out, because the lights are off, Addison can't really tell who she's talking to. And based on the silhouette here, it could be Harry Styles. Who knows? But then eventually the lights come back on and, whoops.
Nice to meet you. Zed, I'm so sorry. My parents have always taught me that zombies are disgusting, dead-eyed freaks, but you're not hideous at all.
Oh, thank you, Addison. Oh, boy, you know, that would have been the best compliment any girl could have given me in high school, I tell you what. Hey, you know, despite what everyone in the whole school says about you, like, every day, you don't make me want to throw up. I mean, sure, I may have dry heaved a couple times, but it's not so bad. Anyway, so after everything calms down, Addison tries out for cheerleading, and Zed tries out for the football team.
Good news for you, though. Y'all made the team. Whoopee.
Yes, I made it.
Except for the zombie.
What? Now, as for Addison, of course she gets picked for varsity cheerleading because her cousin Bucky is the cheer captain, and it was all rigged from the start anyway, so, you know, follow your dreams, kids. Now, speaking of Bucky, something you should probably know is that he's not really a big fan of zombies, but not for the reason you might think.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, guys?
zombies are students at Seabrook too, Bucky. Picking on them isn't right.
Zombies distract people from what's really important. Like cheer, us, me.
But anyway, so later that day, I think, I don't know, it's anyone's guess, is the back-to-school pep rally, and Bucky gets the idea to use these, like, sparkler things to rile up the zombie kids and hopefully get them kicked out of school.
It's gonna be fine, don't worry.
You know, Addison sure seems real calm about all this, considering she has no idea what just happened. I mean, from her perspective, this entire scene was just like, wah! Oh, hey, aren't you that guy I punched in the face yesterday? Well, this is weird. But anyway, so because it turns out that Zed has superpowers or whatever, now, of course, the coach wants him on the football team, because as we all know from every movie like this, deviations from the norm will be punished unless they can be exploited and repackaged as opportunities.
I need you on the team, Zed.
Okay, can you just give me a second to think about it? Who's the zombie? I'm the zombie, and this zombie's playing some ball.
You know, maybe you could just, like, not do that. And so, with Zed now joining the football team, their principal agrees to let the zombie kids eat in the cafeteria with the regular kids as a sign of good faith.
I just love the thought of flying through the air. Oh my god, oxygen is so overrated, and so is dirt. Addie? Are you okay, Addie?
My heart's racing and my palms are sweaty.
Okay, well, according to my FD over here, looks like you either have a cold or you're gonna die in 24 hours. So, good luck with that. But you know, having watched as many of these kinds of movies as I have, I realize that I went to high school completely the wrong way. I thought that, like, if I was a funny kid or was a show player or something, like, surely I would at least get a date from. But that turns out the whole time was super fun.
it, Addison, or you cheer. Okay.
So remember back when that Elijah girl hacked his wristband thing and told him this?
Right, never swipe to the right, okay?
Well, to meet Addison's parents, he has no choice but to swipe all the way to the right and turns himself fully human. So, you know, instead of looking like a dead zombie or whatever, now he's just one of those tall, lanky dudes who looks like he hasn't slept in like 3 weeks. You know, the kind of guy who, for some reason, makes every girl go, aha, just what I've been looking for. But doing this also causes his wristband to start glitching out or whatever, and right before the big homecoming football game later that day, Bucky and friends steal Eliza's laptop thing and somehow manage to hack Zed, Eliza, and that other guy's wristbands in like 30 seconds using this software from like 1995 and turn them into full-on zombies. So after a little bit of fun, police come around the wall up, and now everyone hates zombies again. And that's when Addison over here has finally had enough.
Hey! You did this to him. You made him feel like he had to risk his life to belong. Because you couldn't deal with someone different. But you had no problem using him to win your stupid game.
And so after singing a song about how she has to be true to herself and follow her heart and something like that problem, she takes her wig off in front of the whole school, and that's when everyone realizes the error of their ways. Yeah, okay, never mind. But you know, I'm just saying, like, if she'd been born with blue hair or purple hair or just been unbearably annoying for no particular reason, then let's...
That's what you wanted, right? You taking Soda with you to pick up Mayman? If you are, you better get your cotton stuff. You can, whatever you're taking. No, you can shoot.